All right. Hey, everybody. Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com. Just a real quick one today. I want to look at Life360, which, by the way, I use, and it's awesome. Nice to always know where your family is so that so that you could plan stuff. Anyway, so this recent IPO, this has been just screaming. I should have been buying this the first time I realized that Life360 was awesome, but I didn't. So here's the deal. You're going to look at the 20-day moving average here. This defines support on these little pullbacks or just these sideways drifts that drift sideways for long enough so that the 20-day moving average meets them. And then this runs higher. This is a great definition of a bull run because the stock just continues to trade in the upper half of this Bollinger Band complex between the middle band, which is the 20-day moving average, and the upper band, which is 2 standard deviations above the 20-day moving average. This is what strong stocks do. Stocks that are in trading ranges don't do that. They take up they take up the entire Bollinger Band complex. You can see that here. But once a stock really gets moving, this is exactly what you want to be looking for. So what you could do here is you can buy this stock right now as long as you're keeping a stop just a little bit below today's intraday low, 97.54. The 21-day moving average is 97. So you can keep your stop just even a little bit below that. Like literally like right around there, you're risking 666%. And then that's where you can buy the stock. Then this is what you're looking for, a move right up there. So you put your stop down here. Okay. Set your alert there. Bam, you're done. Now you're in the stock. The only time you learn that there's an issue is when your alert gets hit. And guys, that's how you trade. Okay, by the way, if you're not a member of Stock Market Mentor, now's a good time to join. We've been crushing it with gold, with some of the Bitcoin miners, and certainly quantum computing. We got some stocks that are up over 100%, which doesn't happen very often, but that just means that you really want to be capitalizing on them when they do. So definitely want you to do that, okay? Promise me. If you haven't done that already, I'm just telling you, you need to fix that oversight right away.